So let's talk about this government enablement thing. It's all about setting up a system so that organizations can use AI without taking on too much risk.
So you're giving people access to these powerful tools, but keeping things under control. Sounds kind of tricky.
Think of it like building a house. You need a strong foundation first. That means clear guidelines, good training, and constant monitoring.
Okay, I'm starting to see the bigger picture here. It's not just about saying yes or no to AI. It's about setting things up so that AI can be used responsibly.
Exactly. And the foundation of all of this is an AI governance framework. It's like a set of rules for how AI is used in your organization.
Rules, huh? What kind of rules are we talking about?
Well, it covers pretty much everything: data privacy, data security, algorithm bias, ethical considerations. For example, you might have a rule about what data can be used to train AI models, or how those models are tested, and who gets to see the results.
So you're making sure that AI is used in a way that aligns with the company's values.
Yeah, exactly. And it's not enough to just write these rules down. Everyone in the company needs to understand them and actually follow them.
Right, because what good are rules if nobody follows them? But how do you make sure everyone's on the same page? It seems like it would be hard to get everyone to buy into this, especially if they think the rules are just getting in the way of progress.
Yeah. You need to explain why the rules are there. You have to make it clear that these rules are meant to protect the company, the employees, and the customers.
So you're saying that AI governance isn't about stopping progress? It's about making sure that progress is done the right way.
That's the idea. You want people to see responsible AI use as a good thing, like it's a competitive advantage. And to do that, you need to have training programs. You have to teach people how to use AI tools in a way that's effective and ethical.
Training programs, okay. What would those look like?
Well, it depends on what people do at the company. But I think everyone could benefit from a basic introduction to AI, like what the ethical considerations are and how the company uses it.
So basically everyone gets some basic AI training.
Right. And then you would have more in-depth training for people who actually work with AI systems, like data scientists, software engineers, product managers, legal teams.
So you're giving people the tools they need to use AI responsibly.
Yep. And it's not a one-time thing either. It should be an ongoing process. People need to be able to refresh their knowledge, stay updated on new developments, and share what they've learned.
This is starting to sound pretty involved. It's not just about using new technology. It's about changing the way people think about AI.
Yeah, it's a shift in culture, and it won't happen overnight, but it's super important if we want to get the most out of AI while also keeping things safe.
Okay, so we've got guidelines, we've got training. What's next?
The third part is monitoring and auditing. Once you have your rules and people are trained, you need to make sure those rules are being followed.
So basically making sure nobody's trying to be sneaky.
Right. It's about making sure that AI is being used ethically, responsibly, and effectively.
So how does that actually work? Are we spying on everyone?
No, not at all. It's about trust and accountability. There are tools you can use to monitor AI systems, data analytics performance dashboards, automated alerts that flag potential issues.
So it's more about making sure things are running smoothly?
Exactly. And then regular audits can help you find any problems with your system. They can show you if your training is effective, and they make sure that you're following all the laws and regulations.
Sounds like there's a lot to keep track of. But I'm also interested in how all of this can actually make a company more innovative and more competitive. We've talked about mitigating risk, but how does this actually create opportunities?
That's a great question, and that's what we'll talk about in the next part of our deep dive.
All right, so we've got this governed enablement framework.
Yeah.
But I'm still not sure how it leads to more innovation. I mean, all of these rules and regulations could stifle creativity, right?
A lot of people think that. But it's not really true. Having a clear structure can actually make people more innovative because it gives them a safe space to experiment.
So instead of worrying about breaking the rules or causing a data breach, they can actually focus on exploring new ideas.
Exactly. It's like having boundaries. You know where the lines are so you can push up against them without going too far.
I like that analogy. So how does that translate into a competitive advantage?
Well, for one thing, it builds trust.
Trust.
Yeah, both inside and outside the organization.
Oh, okay. I see what you mean.
If employees know that AI is being used responsibly, they're more likely to use it themselves and come up with new ideas for how to use it.
And customers are more likely to trust a company that takes AI governance seriously.
Exactly. Especially when it comes to data privacy and security. These days, trust is everything. So a strong AI governance framework can really set you apart from the competition.
It's not just about avoiding bad press. It's about building a reputation for doing things the right way.
Right. And that can lead to more loyal customers, a stronger brand, and even help you attract top talent.
That makes sense. So AI governance is good for business.
Yeah, and it can also make AI development more efficient. With a clear framework in place, you don't waste time and money on projects that aren't going to work or that are ethically questionable.
So you can focus on projects that align with your values and actually deliver results.
Exactly. And a good AI program can also help you identify and fix problems before they become big issues, which means you can move faster and be more confident in your decisions.
So it's a win-win.
Yeah, you're protecting your organization and enabling it to innovate at the same time.
Well, this has been a really fascinating deep dive into AI throttling. We've covered a lot of ground. It's a complex issue with a lot of different angles. But I think we've come away with some really valuable insights.
I agree. The main thing to remember is that AI throttling isn't just about restricting access. It's about creating a system where AI can be adopted in a responsible and sustainable way. And when it's done right, it can actually lead to more innovation and a stronger competitive edge.
Great point. So to all our listeners out there, think about the potential of AI in your own organizations. And remember, it's not just about the technology itself. It's about the choices you make, the values you uphold, and the future you want to create. If you embrace this governed enablement approach, you can use AI to make a positive impact, while also protecting yourself from the risks. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive, and keep those AI engines running responsibly.